Hi guys, welcome to my speed build for my one town, one lot challenge. Um, this has been a horrible take, but thanks for coming with me. So the idea was I wanted to make an entire town on one single 64 by 64 lot. Ended up choosing one in Windenburg, evicted the town founders. I ended up doing it over 3 different streams. It took me over 12 hours. Each stream was a little over 4 hours. So it was a huge project. It, really ambitious, but I really loved it. I had a great time. So I started out here with this grocery store. I thought it'd be nice to have, a nice little market. And you'll see later, I end up going back off camera because I did not want to painstakingly sort through debug in front of an audience for hours. I stocked every goddamn shelf in this build. So this is a fully stocked grocery store for your Sims. Do without what you will. But oh my god, that was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Oh, we've got emoji here. I didn't feel like setting up my green screen. Oh no, I'm losing my bow. I just got out of the shower and I'm going to be streaming later today. So I figured, why not do the voiceover now? My wet ass hair that I'm trying to dry in my cute little bow. Well, it's not so much a bow anymore. Pretend you do not see it. Anyway, we got a little Moch in the background because I couldn't be asked to set up my green screen, so we get a little Moch visit sitting next to my little mandolin there on her heaty pad, having a good time. Anyway, so this is my first proper speed build, not gonna lie. So I don't really know what to talk about, but I'm just kind of going with it. Asked to talk for like 20 minutes solid. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can talk when I want to, but trying to fill the time for a speed build, kind of fascinating. But anyway, I really tried to make it a cute little grocery store. Got a little bit burnt out after that. Some of these builds, they were so detailed that I would occasionally just like burn my brain out in the first building on one of these streams. But I'd power through. The second building I did in this build was a laundromat because that was kind of a step back, take it easy kind of building. Because I wanted to fill this town. And sorry, you're going to see my streaming chat pop up. I don't have a second monitor yet. It's on the way. It'll be here probably tomorrow. No luck for today's stream and the next week's speed build. But I wasn't able to set it up to record the game and the stream separate, so I just kind of had to use the VOD. So bear with me. In a couple speed builds, you won't see the streaming stuff pop up anymore. Thanks for your patience. We're just, we're moving, we're grooving, we're figuring it out. So the laundromat was way easier mentally because it was just like, okay, here's some fucking washers and dryers, go nuts. And then just kind of decking it out, kind of making it feel a little old, a little utilitarian. My chat was chiming in a bunch to give their feedback on how old and or utilitarian it should appear. And then I moved on to the pub. I wanted there to be an old bar in the town because I envisioned this just like a really old podunk town. I grew up near a lot of those, thank God not actually in one. I could not live in a town this small. Props to those of you who survived ones like this, because damn. But yeah, I wanted there to be a little old pub because I do really like the old bars in tiny towns because they're very lived in. They're the community centers, essentially. It's just a nice time. So I wanted to give it kind of that vibe. So I went through, I added a little area for entertainment. This is the only place in town you can get proper food. Well, I didn't set it up as a restaurant, really, because I mean the whole lot isn't a restaurant, the whole lot is residential. So, lore wise, it's the place in town where you can order a meal. But it's not actually set up as a restaurant, because then the whole lot would have been a restaurant and would have, kind of defeated the whole purpose of it. So, nope. But yeah, you can bring your Sims there. I think this would be really fun to play with that mod that eliminates the minimum or the maximum Sims in a household. I think it'd be fun to just load up a save full of Sims in this town. I might actually do that at some point. I'm kind of holding off on Let's Plays, even though I'm really interested in getting those going again. I'm holding off on those because Sims 4 is broken as hell right now. At time of recording. It's not okay. I started a new save last night just for fun. I finally got the vampire pack because it was on sale and I'd had a beer and it seemed like a good idea. No, I've been wanting that pack for a while. So I finally got it when it went on sale a few days ago. And I made a new save, first new save in a while, because I've been playing a legacy challenge for most of my time, or building. Well, turns out for a lot of folks, if you make a new save since the sexual orientations update, it makes all of the townies aromantic and asexual. So if you spawn in a single, like, Casanova type sim like I did, he will face overwhelming rejection. No matter if he's a beguiling vampire, has the beguiling trait, if the Sims are flirty, whatever, there is not a suitor to be found. So that sucked. I haven't been able to play that save yet because it's really just thrown off my groove. I'm not used to Sims facing overwhelming rejection from every fucking townie because they were all pan before. Don't get me wrong, I support the sexual orientations update. I myself am aro ace, so it's nice to have some representation. However, I don't want my Sims to face rejection. What can I say? I like my Sims being able to date whoever they want. I like all the Sims being pan. And, whenever I make a single Sim that I don't want to date anybody, I just don't set them to date anybody. I don't know. But, sexual orientations are nice to have. I just wish they weren't broken as all hell. Because right now, they are so broken, and I can't play my Casanova Sim. Because there is no one to date. No one at all. So that's upsetting. I really wish they would stop introducing so many bugs with new packs. Because this new pack in particular, the high school one, I'm not even interested in getting that pack. I like some of the build stuff, but, I did high school. I'm an adult now. I like being an adult. Like, high school wasn't actually traumatic for me. I just, I like having autonomy and not doing homework. What can I say? But yeah, they implemented this new pack, and now the rest of the game is broken, and that's really frustrating because there was that aging glitch that a lot of Sims tubers were bringing attention to. And there's been a huge saving issue lately, too, for some people. I haven't run into that, thankfully, but, it's just, it's really frustrating. Like, you can't play the game right now as intended because they decided to change some things that worked fine and break everything. And now who knows when it's going to be that they fix it. Okay, the sexual orientation one is just really grinding my gears because it still works for my legacy. Like, I did a comparison test. I had my new Sim and my new save that I made yesterday go around and ask 10 Sims in a row what their romantic interests were. They all said not interested in anyone romantically. All of them. I went around with my legacy Sim, and I only had to ask 5 Sims, and they were all experimenting, which is what the default setting is supposed to be if you don't have custom orientations. so that the game continues to behave as it did prior to the sexual orientations update. So your sim can date anybody. So if you want everybody to be pan, they're all pan. Cool. But God, it's so frustrating. So I'm upset. But maybe someday they'll fix it. I'm trying to get the word out about some of the bugs more so that they notice it. If you notice bugs, please do go to the official forum and report them. I'll link it down below where you can go, because EA is not going to fix them unless enough people report them. That's just the facts. So I really hope you will go and help me report the sexual orientation bug. Report anything else you see that's going on wrong with the game, because they're just, if people don't speak up, they're not going to do anything. It's EA. Come on. So I hope you'll go help out with that for all your fellow simmers. Anyway, as for this build, and some of it was pre-things breaking. The movie theater that we're on right now was pre-things breaking, so that was really fun. The lore for this one was kind of like a historic movie theater converted into a more modern one, so it has a lot of nice historic touches, which I thought was a fun time. I changed things around a bunch, but it's fun. I liked using like the old fancy doors and some of the cool walls and stuff. Just very, very Gilded Age, you know? It was a good time. And I eventually make apartments that go above it. During this stream, I was really debating what I wanted to go upstairs. First, I was thinking like, oh, maybe like one apartment and something else fun. An arcade, something, bowling alley, upstairs bowling alley. What could possibly go wrong? No. But I ended up not going with any of that. It didn't quite seem quite right. So I ended up putting in like a little fire escape out the back of the building. You'll see that later. And including the 2 apartments upstairs. One is occupied. Well, you'll see that. I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, this town can house quite a few sims. One of the next things you'll see are the townhouses I make. That ended up being a whole thing. That was on my 3rd stream of this, and it was after the update that broke everything. So I was even getting building glitches. Like anytime I made like a room or something, only sometimes it would delete all of the wallpaper on the exterior of the building. It was really frustrating. It was doing a lot of weird sporadic stuff whenever I made new rooms or anything. So, you know, here we are. I'm going to be building again today. Woo! God have mercy on my soul. But yeah, I mean, it was really fun. And so what I'm going to be doing in this stream, that will have already happened by the time this comes out. So go check my VODs, or else wait till next Thursday for the speed build to come out. I'm going to be trying to build a spaceship. So because we have round rooms as an option now in Sims, and yes, I'm aware they're glitchy. Oh, I know. Don't care. Gonna try it anyway. So, actually, now that I think of it, I think Lil Simsy has a round room build challenge or shell challenge going on right now. And, yeah, maybe I'll use her shell. Maybe I'll make it part of the Lil Simsy shell challenge just for the hell of it. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna raise it off the ground. So I'm gonna go like 3 stories up and then delete the bottom 2 stories and try to have like a hidden ladder or something going up into the spaceship. But yeah, I'm really excited to try it out. And hell, yeah, why not make it part of the shell challenge? I'm not sure she's still even like looking at submissions or if that's over, but I just know that there's a shell and I don't really want to deal with making a circle. So maybe I'll just do that. So yeah, stick around for that next week. My schedule right now with videos is streams and their VODs go up on Tuesdays. I stream over on Twitch under the same username, Read. Same profile picture and everything. You can find me pretty easy. It's linked in this YouTube channel as well. So just come check me out. We have a good time. I stream every Tuesday at about 3:30 Pacific, which I know is kind of a weird time for folks. It's just what works for me to stay consistent. So I apologize for the weird time. I hope you can make it if you're able to. If you're not, I totally understand. But yeah, it's just, I like to stream consistently. Otherwise I kind of, lose the habit, lose the consistency, and I end up going big stretches between posting, and I don't like doing that. So it's just what happens to work for me in my schedule. So, yeah, I will be streaming on Tuesdays. The VODs will go up same day. And then I will post a speed build every Thursday. It feels a little bit ambitious right now because this is not my job. I make $0 from this. But I'd like to start being more consistent. I really enjoy content creation. I'd love to, actually form a presence online and, start to actually get to do more of this stuff. So right now I actually have a podcast as well as streaming and editing these videos and having a full-time job and a part-time job because the world's insane right now. But so if you want to, okay, I'm giving up on this. It was a good effort. I just like to keep the wet hair off of my neck, But anyway, as for the podcast, it's with one of my dear friends. It's called Much Ado About Some Shit. And basically what it is my friend loves garbage television, and by that I mean reality TV. And once a week, she gets to trap me in a room for an hour and try to convince me to watch reality TV by telling me what's happening in a particular show. Right now we're doing Vanderpump Rules and Claim to Fame. So if that's not your cup of tea, I totally understand. But if it is, come check it out. It's Much Ado Some Shit on Instagram, Much Ado About Some Shit here on YouTube. It's just a fun time. So hope to see you there if you're interested at all. But yeah, I edit those as well. And it takes a while because sometimes we get on real tangents. I edit these videos and I edit for a radio station as well. So sometimes I get a little bit of editing fatigue. It's not actually, it's something I'm good at, but not something I really enjoy. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're doing our best here. I do enjoy editing fun things in that I get to relive the fun thing, but it takes me a while and I get a little burnt out. If any of you have suggestions on how to speed up the editing process, I'd really appreciate it. I hear about people editing in like ×2 speed. Maybe I'll give that a try. I don't think I can do that with audio though, because you have to go through and edit out people's ums and lip smacks and all the things that sound normal in a conversation, but once you're in an audio only format, sound like shit. So yeah, definitely gonna have to take care of that. Oh, where are we at with the build? Okay. So with the build, we are now in the high school. Ooh. Well, not a high school. I'm thinking about the high school pack and the rage it has filled me with. Anyway. Freaking bugs. No. So this is kind of just a schoolhouse where all the kids in town can come to get their education. Made a nice older kids classroom and a classroom for kids. Oh, and so there's something for all of the youngins over there, except toddlers. I don't have a daycare or anything. Good luck. I mean, one of the Sims could be like a nanny type or something. I don't know. I'm really curious to see what kind of townies you guys would put in this build. What kind of personality types, what kind of families you'd put in here. I think it'd be really cool to find out. Anyway, we're coming up on the townhouses here. So I built the shell off stream, not gonna lie. I got kind of stuck in stream number 2 on the movie theater, and I didn't want the first hour of the third stream to be another frustrating slog where I just try to figure things out. So I just went ahead and built the built the townhouses off stream and fucked around and found out with the wall heights. So basically The Sims does this stupid thing where if you change the wall height on one building that is disconnected from all the others on a lot, it changes the wall heights of all of the buildings on that floor. So even though you can put different foundations and things for different separate buildings, you can't change their wall heights individually. So that's really obnoxious and something I need to keep in mind. But anyway, I did go through. I figured out, despite having the tall wall height that I couldn't change without ruining the other builds that I'd already done, I did figure out how to make the townhouses feel smaller. I ended up just deleting the roof and giving them a regular flat roof and just making them a little smaller from behind too. And then I went through and kind of decided the personality types for each one. The center one ended up being kind of like a modern industrial kind of build, which was really fun. The one on the right is the yellow and blue one. I decided some creatives lived there. I cut out the upstairs entirely. It was not working for me in this build. I was struggling so hard, so I went back and fixed it later. At the end of this, I will go through and give you guys a tour. So you'll be able to see the updated, salvaged version of the upstairs. And then lastly, we had Grandma's place. I decided it was probably like she'd been living there the longest, so hers had been the longest since it'd been renovated. And that one was easy for some reason. Pretty much anything that felt like a grandma thing to me went into Grandma's house. So that was a fun time. Like I decided, it's always fun to build little houses like that because you decide a lot about their personality types. Like there's another double bed in there so that, Grandma's child could move back in with her children if we wanted, or, there's just a lot of opportunity to fit a lot of Sims here. So yeah. And then we went ahead and made a little park / community lot between the school and the townhouses. It's both a park for kids and for adults. There's a little community garden in there and things, little barbecue, all that good stuff. And I think it turned out pretty cute. I ended up using these little fairy lights and things. And then, so to wrap up, I just kind of went through and did all of the landscaping to finish out the stream. So all of the terrain paint, which I'm still learning at, but I think I did a pretty good job. It's about confidence. But yeah, it ended up just so cute. There was a point, and I didn't even talk about the cafe. So there was a point when I was building the cafe that I couldn't stop going, "Aw," as I added things to its exterior. It was turning into such a cute little street. Just made me so happy. And then the interior was just all homey and full of plants and just, I want a coffee there. I just want to go in there and curl up with a book. You ever get jealous of Sims? I do. And their living wages. No, too real. And then I just finished up the street. I decided to make it, I decided to use the debug cars just, for the sake of it. Oh, I can see where something was green, clipped with my green screen a little bit, so that's funny. You can see my purple lion desktop peeking through some of the green things. That's funny. Just that car, though. None of the plants or anything. Whatever. But I made a cute little alleyway. I ended up adding to the grocery store a little back room that's storeroom, break room, and bathroom combined. Because I forgot bathrooms for a little while. It wasn't until I got to the bar that I was like, oh, right. Sim's got to pee, a lot. So the laundromat and cafe ended up sharing a bathroom, which I think ended up pretty cute. And now we're into the apartments over top of the movie theater, which probably not the best place to live, but also probably better than living over a bowling alley, And to be fair, the bedrooms are over the lobby area, not the movie area. So, when that bwomp comes into a movie, then it's probably not too bad. But yeah, So basically, I decided that these were both like young adult apartments, but very different young people. One is clearly an artist, just being very artsy and things. The other is just straight up college kid. Like still a kid inside, still making messes, and just, cheapo next to the dumpster furniture. We all love dumpster furniture. Come on. And a dope ass gaming rig, because obviously I feel like I had one of my friends in college in mind when I made this, in like a good way. We were 18, You're an adult, but not real, not really. Oh, okay. So it looks like we've wrapped up here. So let's go ahead and hop into the game and take a look at everything ourselves.